It's a lovely morning and welcome to the program. Kunle Ariyo is my name. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu last Monday approved the directed that crude oil be supplied to Dangote Refinery in Naira by NNPC Limited. The move is to ensure stability in the pump price of refined oil and the dollar-naira exchange rate. Dangote requires 15 cargoes of crude worth $13.5 billion, and NNPC Limited has committed to supply at least 4 every year to the Dangote Refinery. The Federal Executive Council has also approved that 450,000 barrels of crude meant for domestic consumption be offered in Naira to domestic refineries using Dangote as pilot. The presidential intervention in Dangote refinery crisis and the impact it will have on Nigeria's economy is our talking point today. My guest will join us all the way from Abuja. We'll take a break now. When we come back, with the ground on the place to stay with us. Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the crisis in Dangote Refinery vis-a-vis the presidential intervention on how we can also get our petrol refined in Nigeria. And I have with me in the studio from Abuja who is going to be discussing with us on how beneficial that will be to Nigeria's economy and the Nigerian people. I have with me from Abuja, I have Honorable Joseph Akinlaja, a two-term House of Representative member and also former chairman House Committee on Downstream Petroleum, and also a former vice chairman of Nigerian Labour Congress. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Kule, and good morning, all listeners. Thank you.
What's your take on this intervention by the president and what's also going on in Dangote Refinery?
Well, the intervention is a welcome development. It also showed that the president, as the Minister for Petroleum Resources, understood the nuances of the challenges facing refining of petroleum products in Nigeria. Don't forget that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the treasurer of Mobile Oil Nigeria Limited, a petroleum product marketing company. So he understands, all the nuances and challenges. Now that he is in the saddle, he also has this problem of pressure on the foreign exchange. If Dangote and other refinery continue to buy crude offshore, definitely it will not be bought in Naira. It has to be bought in dollar. It's a dollar business. So we said our foreign exchange reserve is dwindling, and if we now put pressure of oil on it, then we begin to have devaluation of the Naira, the more. So this one particular policy is like it's going to act like a master stroke, a solution, part of the solution, not all the solution anyway, part of the solution to the refining of petroleum products in Nigeria.
We will later come to take a look at how that intervention will also impact on Nigeria's economy and the masses at large, because we're looking at the availability of petrol and at the minimum cost. But let's take a look at what would you say, in your own opinion, as somebody who has also been in that sector for a long time. what would you say in the first place is also delaying NNPC in supplying Dangote with that with crude oil?
You mean the delay?
Yes.
Well, NNPC, as of today, also has its own challenges. If you recollect, the Nigerian quota in OPEC, we are a member of OPEC, and our quota is 2.400,000 barrels a day production. And if we are producing now below 1 million, or say 1.2 million, and the IOCs have to take their own quota from the production. And if they take their own quota from the production, and then over time, from time immemorial, over 25 years now, Nigeria has been allocating 445,000 barrels of crude oil for local refinery. If you remove this, and then with what we had, that the country has borrowed money, using production of crude oil
As swap.
as collateral. So by the time you deduct all this, what is left for to be given to Dangote? So that is a challenge in itself. So production, increase in production will also help. And even if they are willing, they may be willing, and once the opportunity is not there in terms of level of production that we have, it will continue to be a challenge.
I think Dangote himself has also alleged that there are some people in NNPC who also have refineries at Malta and also bring back the product with face certificate. Do you think this could also be one of the reasons why NNPC is also dragging on giving that refinery the crude oil?
Well, to being a businessman of that status, anything he says, we should take it seriously. Because at their level, they know each other. And until they start to hurt each other, we will not know the truth. The truth has started coming out now. Now that they have hurt Dangote himself. We Nigerians have to put all his hope on Dangote Refinery. That if a refinery, the biggest in Africa, one of the biggest in the whole wide world, of 600 production capacity of 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day, if it is in full stream, petrol, diesel, kerosene, the three common product of from crude oil refined, Nigeria will not need exports. Nigeria will not need imports of any of those products into Nigeria, and we will save foreign exchange. And to that extent, the price of PMS especially will be reduced to the extent of removal of freight. The removal of the cost of freight means transporting the product from either Rotterdam or wherever they are importing from. It cannot be the same cost of importing from Rotterdam in terms of freight and taking it from Lagos even to the extreme in Cross River. So, Calabar to Calabar. So it cannot be the same cost. So to that extent, we will gain some mileage in terms of price reduction. Then don't forget that Nigeria has a systemic problem. We are a lot of people in places of authority, apart from government, they are wicked. That's the way I can describe them, because they take pleasure in the suffering of other people as long as it's going to give them pleasure through crude acquisition of wealth to themselves.
So
Why do I say that? Somebody who is selling a gun and gunpowder can never pray for the end of a war. Because if war stop, then the article of trade become useless. So the meaning of that is that people are making money from this importation. They cannot put their hand on the Quran or on the is our refinery not producing. Some people have interest in importation, so they are able to frustrate the refinery that belong to government. But they find it that it will now be difficult for them to frustrate a refinery by a private individual, because the man established business in order to make profits.
as somebody who was also putting $20 billion on a business, he will know that it will not allow anybody to joke with that. But let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look at the intervention of government. Government has also said that 450,000 barrels of crude oil for domestic purpose should be given to, or part of it should be given to Dangote Refinery. Would you say this will be enough for that facility of that caliber that has 650,000 capacity of a barrel per day to refine? Would you say that would also be enough for the facility?
Even if it is not enough, it's a good attempt.
Okay.
Because let us ask ourselves, I told you, I have been in the industry now for 45 years. I said, look, I told you over 25 years ago, 445,000 barrels of crude oil is allocated for domestic refining every day. Where is the product? Where is the refined product? What is happening to the crude? That arrangement is what has made NMPC the sole importer of PMS, petrol, which they call petrol, because they will have to export this and their allocation offshore, get it swapped for petrol. And you know what challenges can take place there. Corruption, individual inconsistency will come to play. So now suddenly somebody now want to give it to Dangote. But if they give it to Dangote, not everything, part of it to Dangote, actually it will help in addition to what Dangote will buy directly. Yes, it will help the intervention.
Crude oil in Naira, what impact would that have on the economy?
Positive impact.
How?
Because, like I said at the beginning of this program, I said crude oil business is a dollar business. Before now, if Dangote want to buy products in dollar, they have to look for dollar. And that will put pressure on our foreign exchange system. You understand? Yes, so when it is now
what Nigerians are saying, because the protesters are also on the streets of Nigeria asking that Mr. President should bring down the price of pump price of petrol. Do you think when Dangote Refinery start producing petrol, that will also bring down the price of petrol, the pump price?
It will bring it down, but not to the level that Nigerians are talking about. 200 naira per liter, 400 naira per liter. You cannot go down to that extent because there are other inputs too. The material, the chemical, the engineering, all these are dollar related. So it will come down, but not to the extent of what Nigeria is looking for.
But when we take a look at diesel before now, around March, February this year, was sold at 1,700 naira per liter. But today, according to the release from Dangote, we'll be having diesel for 940 or 980 naira per liter.
Have you seen 980 naira in the police station?
Exactly this morning.
You saw it in the police station?
No, not at the police stations.
So that is ex-depot.
Okay.
For bulk purchase.
Okay.
But what that price that you saw, 1,700, was an artificial price, which was brought about by what I told you about the principle economics of supply and demand. There are some people that deliberately create scarcity in order to exploit the system and make money. So Dangote coming is an advantage for Nigeria against those people. Because what he has done is simple. He has brought more product into the system. So those people who are holding it, they have to be repricing the product by themselves. They have to be bringing it down, to almost the level of what Dangote has produced. So Dangote producing diesel is an advantage to Nigeria industry and the Nigerian in general.
As a big player in the industry, do you think the price of diesel can also come down the more?
It can, yes, I believe it can. I believe it can. You know, the price of diesel so also is a function of the markets. It's a function of
Why is it so difficult?
It's difficult because I told you our system is rotten. Our system is rotten. Two things are the major factors. One, restlessness, first of all, stealing of crude oil, then vandalization of the pipeline, and then restiveness in Niger Delta. Those three factors. You know, you have introduced me as the deputy president of Nigerian Labour Congress.
Yeah.
I was deputy to Adam Soshomole in the early 20s, 23, 24, 25. When we say to Nigeria, that Nigerians sit at home because we are fighting for you in this for pump price of petroleum product reduction of it, that we have we ought to have comparative advantage for the God-given gift of crude to us in Nigeria. We are not supposed to pay like those countries that don't have oil product. And because we refuse to betray Nigeria, we fought with a blind rage. Nigeria trusted us. And when we say they should stay at home, they believe us. But the then president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, will address Nigeria that all Nigerians should go about their normal businesses, that security men are around, will be around to protect them. Those of us in the Labour Movement, Nigeria Labour Congress, without gun to enforce anything, Nigerians believe us. Children will be playing football on the expressway during the period of until we call it off by ourselves, not government calling it off. I think you understand.
Honorable, I just have this. I
go to this analogy. It is trust. If people trust you, they will follow you. So there's a disconnect now between the governed and the governors. People don't trust the government because people leaders in government have deceived the people. They have said we will do this, they won't do it. They have said we will do this, they don't do it. So the people now start to steal the products in the pipeline. They start to steal it.
A quick one because of our time, just two in one. Why do we see not having it running? I mean, the Port Harcourt Refinery and three other refineries that we have in Nigeria. And as a unionist, a former deputy president of Nigeria Labour Congress, because I also know that Labour do not support the removal of subsidy. What's your take on these two?
Well, why the refineries are not working, I have no answer for that, but I have answered it indirectly before. That these people who are benefiting are making it difficult. And they are in government. They are not only in government, they are in place of authority. And the government is not doing anything to them. I feel sad myself because as chairman of House Committee on Petroleum, we went to all the refineries. That was not the refinery I saw in 1998. When the Warri Kaduna were established. The other one, 1956. That of Ghana is still working. The Malup in Ghana. But our own in Port Harcourt is not working. So it's Nigeria. And they sink money into it. Government don't money the people that eat the money. So how can it work? As for non-removal of subsidy, I've also explained it before, that we thought that at that time, that Nigeria have crude oil. We are not supposed to be paid like those countries that don't have crude oil. That is the reason, the basis of trade union opposing removal of subsidy. But those people that are making money from subsidy and government can't punish them have made the union now to be helpless. And they are so helpless now that they cannot come out and fight the way we used to fight before for non-removal of subsidy.
Our time is up. I want to thank you so much for sharing your thought with us on the show today. My guest on the program today has been Honorable Joseph Akinlaja, a two-term House of Rep member and also former chairman, House Committee on Downstream Petroleum. He's also a former deputy president of Nigeria Labour Congress. I want to thank you so much for sharing your thought with us on the show today. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you. God bless you.
That's how it's going to be on the show today. Join us on Wednesday for another one. Kunle Ariyo is my name. Good morning.